How you doing?
I'm
Looking
doing
good.
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
How are you too?
Not bad at all. Now, I've got to say, today I'm not in a good mood.
Why?
Well, let's go through the headlines first, and then I'll tell you why. I'm quite upset. But anyway, I've got the Daily Guide, the Ghanaian Times, and the Dispatch. What have you got?
I've got the Daily Graphic and the Finder and the Custodian.
All right, then. So, banner headline on the front page of the Daily Guide this morning. Kumasi goes agog for Utumfuo. And you can well imagine it's probably about the up-and-coming celebration of his anniversary. 20 years, I believe.
Yes.
He's been on...
Hasn't been on the stool.
He has stayed the Kokoso for 20 years. And looking great on the front page of the Daily Guide. CID invites Owusu Bempah is headline here. Attempt to halt Opuni trial fails. Germany believes in Ghana. That's nice. At least somebody does. Baumia honored with 12 scholarships. I don't understand. Are they giving him?
I'm sure they're giving him the scholarship for him to give out. Because so it will be placed at the scholarship secretariat.
Are these different from the 12 scholarships that his wife, Mrs. Samira Baumia, secured?
There's that publicity out there I'm seeing this morning too.
Yes, because the Daily Guide seems to be attributing it to Dr. Baumia.
Maybe all of them are co-terminals, you never know.
Okay, maybe. On the back page, some sports stories. The big one is, we will come back stronger. Kotoko coach promises. It was so heartbreaking when he didn't make it to the next stage in the tournament. Rival fans salute humble Messi. That's I guess this is all about the ongoing who is better, Ronaldo or Messi thing. But
I think Messi has the natural talent. Ronaldo also has the talent, but has the ethic behind him. So both of them are good, but naturally it comes to Messi.
Easy to Messi.
Yeah.
Ronaldo works hard.
Yeah, he works at it. He's disciplined at it.
But it's interesting that people, when they have to choose between talent and hard work, quite a lot of people choose talent. Something which the person has nothing really to do with. It was given to them. You know?
Yeah, but I think it's interestingly, but it is true that you may have talent if you don't work at it. Yeah. It's you may work less if you have talent than if you don't have the talent and you want to acquire the skill.
By the way, we must apologize. We're talking about the Daily Guide, but you're looking at the Dispatch at the moment.
We apologize for that.
Yeah, we apologize.
We're talking about the Daily Guide and the back page of the Daily Guide.
So yes, you're right though. You know, you're absolutely right that. But here's the interesting thing, okay? Messi, I am actually a Messi fan. I am.
I'm a Ronaldo fan.
And it's not because his comes naturally, no. It's because his football is beautiful. And it's because sometimes I can't explain it. You know, with Ronaldo, you can see the techniques he employs. He works hard, he practices them. So when you see them, I mean, he's so clever. He's so clever with the ball, it's beautiful. But with Messi, you can't quite tell how he got around that player. Yeah. You can even play it back, and you can't figure out how he did it. Yeah. So for me, I think it's the mystery that gets me. You know, I can't explain what he's doing. Yes. And it's like a little boy watching a magic trick because you don't know how it's done, so it looks great to you.
Can I say, maybe summarize what you said, that Ronaldo is predictable and Messi is not.
No. You can explain how Ronaldo does it.
Yeah, because he uses technique.
But Messi...
It's a flair.
You can't explain it. Yeah.
And you may not have him replicate what he did the last time. He would do something
different. Something different. Yeah, absolutely. Sure, all right, so that was the Daily Guide.
You've got talent.
Ghanaian Times, though. I've got the Ghanaian Times, and the front page has a picture of the Minister for Communication, Ursula Owusu-Ekufo. And the banner headline is, telcos block 400,000 daily. I think it's scam text messages, 400,000 of them. And this is all about the fight against scam messages. Communications Minister is telling us that the telcos block 400,000 of these messages, but some of them still get through. You still see some.
Most of them get through.
And these days they start to call as well. You know that thing where they call and say they sent you money accidentally, so send it back.
You've ever received those calls before?
I have, but here's the best part of it. I don't have a mobile money account. So this person is telling me that he has sent me mobile money, even though I don't have a mobile money account. So I should send it back to him. So I explained to him that I don't have a mobile money account. And he says, but check a message. So I said, okay, I'm checking the message. I can see it now. But I don't have a mobile money account, so how do I send it back to you?
You are a wrong victim.
I know, but I engaged this guy. I wasted so much of his time. I was like, so explain. Now, how do I send it back to you since I don't have a mobile money account? Oh, but what checking message? I say, yeah, my checking. So at some point, he gets frustrated and starts insulting me. That was the best part of the phone call. All right, also on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, Reverend Owusu Bempah fails to honor police invitation. This is part of what is putting me in a bad mood, and I'll explain later.
He's a big man.
3 Ghanaian Times journalists give statements to police. Yeah, he clearly is.
A big man.
3 Ghanaian Times journalists give statements to police. Africa Climate Change Week kicks off in Accra. And on the back page of the Ghanaian Times, government to renegotiate new power purchase agreement. Also, 56 Ayawaso North women receive training in local cuisine business. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. All right, that's the Ghanaian Times. Now we can have a look at the Daily Dispatch. This is the one that was up earlier. But actually, we weren't ready for it. We are now. Let's have a look. Daily Dispatch, front page, banner headline, Bawumia cannot be automatic choice after Akufo-Addo. And that's according to a party elder. The elder is not named. But also right there in the corner on the front page, Bawumia must be automatic choice after Akufo-Addo. And that is according
to Sir John, a party elder.
No, he is saying something opposite to what...
yes, and I'm saying that it's John a party elder. Can you classify him as a category?
I don't think he is. I think I thought there was like a council of elders. So if you're on that council of elders, then you're a party elder.
All right.
I don't know if he is. Also, that's on the headline. University of Education Winneba Wahala, Afenyo Markin's Balancing Act. And those two stories about contradicting opinions are on the back page of the Daily Dispatch. You can have a look for yourself when you buy your copy.
Yeah. Now let's do the Daily Graphic. And the Daily Graphic has on the front page, police military
relax.
Police military brutalities on journalists. Okay. No prosecution since 2000. And this one is quite interesting because they have an infographic about the brutalities that have been meted out to journalists by the police since 2006. And it's in there from every region with the exception of the Upper West region, the Northeast region, the Savannah region. Of course, if it's not because of the new regions, would have had definitely at least in every region something that would have been coming from there. And since 2006, these have been itemized here. Very revealing. Very revealing.
Honestly. And again, this is part of why I'm in a bad mood. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Wow. We have Junior Graphic launching an essay competition. And then we also have government receiving $40 million to improve secondary education. Well, that's a good thing. We need all the money we can get for our free SHS especially, because there have been concerns about the quality of teaching and learning, but more money is good. Not more to use satellite for emergency responses. Well, especially knowing that Cyclone Idai has been hitting some countries along the east of and the southern African regions of our continent. We should be worried. Okay, MTN also launches 4G plus service to enhance data. Hey, just when another mobile network launched 4G, MTN says they have launched 4G plus.
4G
no, you do, man. Anyway, okay. And so we have all these stories there. Political influence making public service ineffective. And that's coming from Akwesi Opong-Fosu, a former minister in the former NDC government. He was a former minister of rural government and rural, local government and rural development. Okay. All right. On the back page of the Daily Graphic, we have AMA to sanction non-performance waste management service providers. The story is by Juliet Ichan Safo, and that story is on the back page. Stakeholders also discuss provisions in GTCDA bill. What we're good at is giving acronyms. Okay, so this is what it means. Ghana Tree Crop Development Authority. We have an authority like that. I never knew.
So that's more an abbreviation than an acronym.
Okay. So we have the Custodian. Custodian is the second paper I'm looking at. It's a government grabs $180 million for Agric and Yendi water projects. And Dr.
That's
Baumia.
a lot of dollars.
Dr. Baumia has gone global, collecting money for Ghana. That's good.
Ghana Beyond Aid, right?
Is it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Ghana Beyond Aid. Ghana needs competitive airline industry, and that's coming from Yawafo, Deputy Minister Designate for Aviation. And EC has robust structures to implement ROPA, Representation of the People's Amendment Law,
Act.
Deputy Act. Okay.
It's now a law, so
Yeah, so Act is still a law. So
yeah.
but this one, ROPA is the Act, is the abbreviation for the Act. Deputy Chair, and that's Dr. Bosman Asari. Now let's quickly look at the Finder. The Finder has on its front page, it is below average. AMA report indicts waste management companies. Only Jakura Waste or Jakura Ventures performed satisfactorily. You have an attached picture of the Chief Executive of the AMA, Mohammed Ejaisowa. And government firms up $180 million deals for agric mechanization and water. One village, one dam. Opuni Agongo trial judge rejects motion for stay of proceedings. And those are the stories we have. Kojo?
Right, okay.
What's your pick?
So maybe I'll talk about why I'm not in a good mood, because it affects a number, it touches on a number of stories. And by the way, can we please get the clip of Ifyatinge, the Greater Accra Regional Police PRO? We played it on the news. She was talking about the arrest of the two gentlemen, the driver, trotro driver and mate, who are accused of assaulting a police officer. Can we get Ifyatinge's clip, please? Can we get that? Thank you very much. Thank you. That will come up in a moment. Now, Ro, I'm sad. Normally, I'm irritated. When things go wrong in our country, I get irritated, frustrated, and, you know, I'm quite animated and all of that. But today, I'm subdued. I'm quite sad because this country is at risk. You know, if we can't trust our police, we put our entire nation at risk. Law and order is what makes us a civilized species. And if we don't have it, we return to the Stone Age, and it means you're not safe, I'm not safe. Doesn't matter.
Exactly, I agree.
And you know, especially if you have children, you want to trust that there are laws that will keep them safe, and it is the police that act that part of that responsibility out to make sure that we are all safe. And when they do a bad job, I get terrified. I'm sad because the police, they are taking every opportunity to prove that even though they can do a good job, they won't do it. So we'll play Ifyatinge in a moment, and you will hear her saying that, and by the way, these two individuals who were seen in the video assaulting a police officer, it is a crime to assault a police officer. If you're ever found guilty of it, you should be convicted for it. Let's play back what Ifyatinge said quickly, and then I'll explain why it just made me sad.
Being called to also answer questions on the said assaults that were reported on him. So this is how we get in the pockets of information regarding what really happened. So if we are getting some counter reports, then it means that we need to do due diligence and reports to be able to do further investigations on it to get what really happened. I also do not know why 10 back to a police station will just warrant this kind of beating. So that one will also mean that we also need to do our work well. If a police officer stops you and asks that for this kind of motor traffic offense that you have caused, you need to return back to the station, I don't see why that should warrant this kind of assault on the officer. So it means that the investigator in this case must also do a good work for us to all understand.
Okay, so that was Ifeatenge there speaking to JoyNews. So she said that the police needs to do their due diligence. They need to do a good job. So that means that they've arrested these two individuals without doing due diligence. That means they've sent these two individuals to court without doing a good job. They have had these two individuals remanded for 2 weeks without even investigating the crime. All they have is the video and the word of the police officer, one side of the story. And as a result, 2 people are locked up and will remain locked up for 2 weeks. They are in court. They've taken the matter to court without investigation. This is what the police can do, based on a video that the public took, a member of the public took. Meanwhile, this same member of the public films a police officer committing a crime, the police will beat him up. That's what they did to 3 journalists. These 3 journalists actually captured the images of the culprits, particularly the main one who was riding an unlicensed motorbike. They even captured the unlicensed motorbike. All of these images are there, but the individual, the police officer, he's a member of the police. They don't have to go and look for him. He's with them. They couldn't arrest him. They haven't been able to arrest him or take him to court. In fact, as far as I'm aware, yesterday, these journalists were still giving statements to the police. So this same police force in this same Accra can arrest someone without investigating. And that's what you heard. You heard the PRO saying, we haven't investigated, but we've arrested them and taken them to court without investigating. But when it comes to one of their own, in fact, let me not say one of their own, 10 of their own, because there were 10 police officers who beat up those journalists. Not one has been arrested. Not one. And that's partial treatment. It continues. You've seen Reverend Owusu Bempa was invited to the police station, and he still hasn't turned up. He still hasn't turned up. Let me ask you, if you are in London or the United States and you commit a crime in one city and they invite you to come to the police station and you say, oh, I'm in another city so I can't come, do you know what will happen? The police in that city will come and arrest you and drive you back to where you need to be. You as a member, a citizen, you don't get a choice of how the police should act. They act without fear or favor. That is how a functioning, trustworthy police service works. Look, after Ayawaso, where the police said they don't know the people who committed those atrocities, including their own men. After Ayawaso, where a police officer can be told by a national security operative who has had 3 weeks training that, give me your AK-47. I'm going to face an armed man. And the police officer will surrender it to him. After all that has happened in this country, if today the police are demonstrating this level of ineptitude, every opportunity you are given to clean up your image, you take that opportunity to show us that you can't. So are you surprised that people are arming themselves? Just yesterday in the news, members of a local assembly who had been, a local authority who had been attacked by land guards, they said next time they are going to work, they'll take armed security with them. Who is armed security? They didn't say they'll take police, they said they'll take armed security. And these are government employees. That's where we are going now. Very soon, nobody will have any logical reason to trust the police. The political parties don't. Even the ones that are controlling you, they don't trust you. What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about this? Ro.
Yeah,
Charlie,
and it's true. We all live in communities in which, and I've always said that when you are out of the prying eye of anybody who can be of assistance when you're in difficulty, the one that is supposed to help you is a policeman or a woman. And a friend told me a story about when he first went outside the country. He was told by a friend who had been living in another European country that when you go, please go to the police. And the policeman kept him at a safe place until somebody he knew, whom he had gone to visit, came around. He even gave him food and something to eat and drink. So the police is supposed to be a haven of safety. The police, whether it's the individual or the service, is supposed to be a haven of safety. And if we don't have them acting, one, acting the way they've been mandated by law, and then also reposing that trust of responsibility, and also that needs to be reposed in them by the public that they're supposed to serve, then there's a difficulty. I think that's all that I can say. Yeah.